Okay, guys. Um, I'm so sick of shooting this video because this is like my, I don't know, third or fourth try of shooting it, but here we go. This is my bullet journal flip through. I started bullet journaling in, I think it was December 2016, or I got this journal and started with it on the last week of December, at least. So that's about 3 weeks. I have 3 weeklies, and basically, I'm loving it. It is the best thing that I've ever done. I use it more for collections and stuff like that than actual journaling and planning, but it works for me. It makes me happy. So, starting here, we have the contacts detail, and then I put in this key. I didn't put in a key from the start because I didn't feel like I would use it, and then when I was a bit further in, I decided that I wanted a key that I could use when I was actually on the page, that I could see the key and the page that I was working on at the same time. So I just put in this little flip thingy and a little sparkly sticker because sparkles or glitter is my favorite color. And then we have my first spread, which is, this is where I started off, basically. My hand lettering wasn't the best, but we're just working with it. Not sure if I want to do something here, but these are my words for 2017. I have spiritual and creative because it's something that I really want to work on in my life. I did this index page, and then I realized that the way of doing the indexing didn't really work out for me, because I would never go to the actual, like, look at, oh, what's on page, I don't know, 17, for example. Oh, that's my wish list, but I want to know where my wish list is, and I didn't want to have to go through all of the things. So I changed it, and I split it up in two. So I have my planning and my calendar, and then I have my collections. And this way I can just go to and see, okay, so we have my wish list, and that's on page 17. And this one works so much better for me. I still need to update it a bit, but it makes more sense in my head, basically. Then we have my 6 month at a glance, which is basically where I put everything in that isn't for the current month. If I am planning something for April, I will put it in here. I even have birthdays in here. So if I'm planning something for a specific month, then I'll put it in here, and when I come to doing the monthly spread for that month, I will just refer back to this page. My next one is my period tracker, and it's just really simple. I just highlight the days where I had my period, basically, because I started on a new birth control and just want to make sure that everything is working as it should. And then, since my word for the year is spiritual, I put in my Sabbaths, which I misspelled, but we're going with it for now. And so I can see that around this date is my next Sabbath, and I just have a couple of keywords for that one. Then I have an empty page. Not really sure if or what I'm going to do with that, but it's just there because I wanted to start on the right hand side for whatever reason. This was my first try at being artistic and creative, and it's okay. It could be better. It's really simple, but we're just going with it for now. Then I have the vertical overview, which I'm using a lot. I'm loving this because I can plan stuff that happens on certain days, and I'll just put in the times and stuff like that. This side was a try to just do stuff that needed to happen this month, but not on a specific date. It didn't work. I'm not using this one, so we'll just change it for the next one. And I have my savings, which is just really simple, putting in what's in the start of the month and then what's in the end of the month, just to see if there's been any change and in what direction. I am in uni, so this is just my tests for this month. I don't have a lot of tests. I have maybe 1 or 2 per month, so it's not that much. I decided I wanted to do a mood mandala, but I'm not using it. So this is definitely one that sadly will not join for next month. I have trackers. I have 2 trackers that I use daily, and I'm loving them. It is personally for me, so it is, even if something isn't checked in, that doesn't mean that it hasn't been done, but it's because I want to check when I actually do stuff. And I'm not really good with cleaning the litter box. My boyfriend does most of the litter box cleaning, for example, and stuff like that. And then just personal things. I added some things as I went along, and I just know some things that I want to keep for the next month and stuff like that. So this was my first weekly. I couldn't wait to actually start in January. So since this was in January, I allowed myself to put in week 52. I had an idea beforehand when I tried things out that I wanted to do a doing done, which was basically a task list, an events list, and things that I needed to have done, like if there was any reading that, or a test or an essay or stuff like that that was due on that date. I didn't feel like I had enough space to put stuff in. I did love my timeline where it just blacked out the times that I was busy with work or school. So I might try to incorporate that somehow in future spreads, but in general it was a good base idea, but it just wasn't enough freedom for me. I did love this weekly memories thing, but I might put something like this in, but I'm not sure for the future. And then did my first little surgery here because I got a bit too excited, and I set up next week for like in the same way that I did here, and then decided that I didn't want that. So instead of just gluing pages together or stuff like that, I ripped them out and I did this little washi fabric tape type thing. I am not a fan of New Year, New Me, but I do have a New Year, New Mindset thing that is just things that I should keep in mind, basically, for 2017. I have a wish list. This is called greed because this is things that I want. It even says so here. It's not things that I need. There's nothing on this site here that I actually need. It's just things that I want. Maybe a fountain pen would be a thing that I need because I run out of my pens so quickly. My favorite pen is a Pet Artist Black Indian ink from Faber-Castell, and I've used 2 in 3 weeks, and they're both kind of not full. Basically, they're kind of graying out and stuff like that. So I might want to. I'm thinking about getting a fountain pen and some black ink. Then I have my movie list. I'm bad with remembering movies that I want to see or that I need to see again, or tips that I've gotten from friends and stuff like that. So I just put this in. I've so far crossed off 3 this year, which is kind of good. So we're just gonna keep going. It's some movies are coming out this year, and some are old movies. I have another tracker, which is a headache-o-meter, I called it, because I have a lot of small headaches that isn't necessarily a migraine, and I just wanted to track if they correlated with how much water I had or how much sleep I had or stuff like that. And this is another thing that I'm not really using, so I might do it in another way because I still like the idea of it, but this particular spread didn't work out for me. Also, I got some Mod Podge and I put in a napkin here, and I'm really loving this one. It's a tracker of plants that I want to put in the apartment, basically, because I love plants, and I have one, and one is a bit too little for my taste, so I need to put in some more. I am also an officer in a guild, and this is just a guild overview of all of our members. So this is my first real weekly spread. I did a menu, my work and school times, which I didn't have any for this week. I didn't have any due dates. It was just like a really low-key, not a lot to do week. I might incorporate some of these in the future as well when I have a bit more to do. I'm a geek, and we play board games, so I just put in the scores here for Carcassonne. And this is like a mix between a weekly and a daily, because I put all of these days in at first, and we can see the timeline here, but I circled the times where stuff was happening instead of blocking it out, because I didn't really know how long some things would take. And I did a bit of journaling here, and I put in a movie ticket. We went to see Sing, and the first day of snow, a bit of doodling, and yeah. The next one is a Terry Pratchett books list. Basically all but the top 4 here are from the Discworld series, and it's just because I know that I love these books and I love Terry Pratchett as an author, so I just feel like I really need to read all of these, and I only own 4. I've read not a whole lot and in the wrong order for whatever reason. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to buy The Color of Magic and read it again, and then The Light Fantastic, and just go along the list here. Bit of doodling, a little bit of Mod Podging. This is a Bulbasaur, by the way, if you can't see that. It's so obvious, or not. Things to do when you're sad. This is where my doodle game stepped up. Like, I did some more shadows and shading, and just, this is like where it started to take off, basically, where I thought that it was actually fun to doodle. And again, because I get sad or I can't really see what I'm good at, I just have a list that I can add on to of things that I'm good at. I copied this off an image on Instagram, I think, but it was an empty page. I needed to do something with it. So here we come for the weekly for this week. I have another list of school and work. I have what my boyfriend does, important things that I need to remember, a weekly quote that is, don't stress over shit you can't change. I have what dates it is, and then just a little daily/weekly planning here. And this one is really important to me. I'm loving this one because it is just, this is where I do my planning. I have quite a few pen pals. This is a double side that I just glued together because I don't want to show you all of the addresses. So I just have when I sent or received something. I haven't put anything in here yet. And then I have the actual addresses and names on 2 pages, like I said. And this is like my first proper dailies. I have Monday and Tuesday on this side, and just like the normal lists and stuff that happened. Here we would see Rogue One on Tuesday, yesterday. And this one that I copied, another one off Instagram, and it's just, I love the little doodle and stuff like that. I have a Marvel chronological order movie list that I need to, it's not fully completed with doodles and stuff, and I just need to watch all of these movies in the right order, basically. And this is today's daily. Again, I went to see Rogue One yesterday, so I added I am one with the Force and the Force is with me, because that just it just stuck with me. It was a really grey day, so I doodled some grey and a bit of clouds. What I did add in is a water tracker, because I'm really bad when it comes to drinking water. So my goal is to drink 8 glasses of water a day. So I just put that in here. I put in a little look into stuff that was mentioned at lectures in school, and then just what I need to do, basically. And that is it for now. I have a little pen test in the back here of stuff that I got, and then I have my planning stickers, post-its. Found these tiny post-its, and they're so cute. And the book that I'm using, it's a Moleskine It's a size large. It's A5 size-ish, and it's dotted. If you didn't see it, it's dotted. And I'm loving it, and I'm already so far in, and it's only the 3rd week or the 2nd week of 2017. So this one is going to be used quite a lot, but I am loving it. So I hope you like this flip through, and I hope to see you again. I will now, if this video is actually good enough to post, then I will be more consistent with posting. I will do some crocheting videos as well, and then I will come back with a weekly plan with me, hopefully on some days. So I wish you all a very good evening, and